Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks, a game which recently entered early access on Steam, which puts you in the shoes of an industrialist during kind of the World War I era, in charge of a manufacturing company that is trying to make tanks and make money. So, you know, the very beginning of the armored era. This is episode number 3 in the series, and we are in the early days of the company. We have designed a tank, and we are trying to win a contract right now to sell it to the British government. I believe this would be our second order that they have made for a second battalion, but that's where we find ourselves right now. This was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, so there's a bit of back and forth in the chat due to that. But I'm just going to jump back into this thing. Please feel free to leave your thoughts down below. And without further ado, let's get back to Arms Trade Tycoon Tanks, episode number 3. We've got 59 days to deliver 25 tanks. Tanks will be done in 36 days, so that'll leave us a 23-day buffer. We could test drive it. We've already test driven this particular tank, but if we want to do the upgraded one, eventually we could. All right, so let's assume we've got another order for 20 coming in. We'll need 17,000 iron. We don't have anywhere near that much. I guess let's just do this. Let's go to Africa. Let's order all 9,000 available iron, medium carbon steel, all 11,600. Rubber. We still got rubber. Let's just order 558. How much money am I going to spend on this order? It's not cheap. What's the estimated budget month end? We've got time. We've got cash. Okay. All right. So this cost about $100,000. It'll take some time, but ordering stuff from Oceania. No, but I don't think anyone will come in and offer a contract after you've already offered yours. France has ushered in a momentous chapter in its military doctrine by introducing a groundbreaking new type of Army Corps, combat engineers. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? I don't care. I make tanks, not engineers. What do I care about that? Okay. I don't know what the achievement status has anything to do with anything. But, okay. Achieve. That's the goal. Is this the war to end all wars ongoing? No, apparently not. The British and Netherlands are allied. No, so far this is just like no war has broken out yet. So it's a ahistorical timeline. Maybe at some point, Mullah, it's 1915, so the concept of a mine clearing tank or bridging tank, not terribly. Oh, military campaign in Oriental between British Empire and what? Okay. What? This is a little goofy. So Belgium and the British are at war? Is that what's going on? LOL. Where are they fighting? Does it not show? Okay. Belgium has some colonies, right? Unless they're going for British colonies somewhere. I'm not sure where that would be. It's in the middle of the Congo. Oh, it's here. Ha. Okay. So who owns that right now? Because British Empire seems like they're going to have a cakewalk here. Does it tell you who owns it? You know what the reason for this is? We need our Cape to Cairo railway. And the Germans are blocking us over here from doing it. So if we take this territory from the Belgians, we can build the Cape to Cairo railway, linking South Africa and Cairo with a railway. We could do it. Thank you for the follow, Bransford. I don't know that my tanks are well suited to fighting in the Congo. Just saying. Medium haul research is done. All right. Military campaign in the Peloponnese between the Ottoman Empire and Greece. Okay, that one seems realistic. I guess the game just decided you're complaining too much about there not being wars. And now there's wars. Bolted assembly. I think that would be important. I think that'll be a big upgrade for any tanks instead of riveted. Are any tanks suited for fighting in the Congo? Good question. Good question, Seatown. We've just learned that a new offensive has been begun. Keep an eye on the progress of the military campaign and corresponding battles. So there's a new battle occurring. There are 20 butcher tanks which have been mobilized to the jungle of the Congo. Okay, boys. Landscape, plains, roads, town, intensity, extreme. Okay, boys. Plain? It's in the Congo, I thought. All right, resources have arrived. We might need to order more in case any more orders come in. It would appear that you have mastered the fundamentals and no longer require my guidance. I don't know that I've mastered this. I just sound confused most of the time. All right. Yeah, you don't really control the battles. It's not like you're driving around and being like, I want this and that to happen. At least that's my recollection. Okay. Another order of goods, please. Feed the factory floor with ammo. All right. We'll play till we get this order done. Construction should be done in 4 days, and we can go ahead and send them. I mean, Greece and the Ottomans. Can I sell them tanks? Like, there's no contracts available. Can I? Ooh, shadowy head of state. Doesn't help that they don't have tanks. Neither of them do. You will learn soon enough that the boxy juggernauts of the Butcher Corp are definitely worth their money. A non-aggression treaty between France and Germany. This is the alternate timeline. Okay. A new tank revealed. According to trustworthy sources, William Forster Company has just completed a new design of the Fusillade tank, codenamed Athenia Mark II. Okay. All right, so now we got to ship our tanks. We got 25. All right, 2nd Battalion of tanks, 25 tanks. Send them by this. 15 potential days. We should be fine with that, right? I like my experience with these guys before. Yeah, that should give us time. I saw the Butcher Mark II is completed. So the Butcher Mark I, when you pull up the Wikipedia entry, you know, 100 years from now, will say that it was the first tank design ever approved by the British military, and a total of 25 were produced. And they saw combat in the Congo. Did I click the wrong unit? Oh, I did the right one. Okay. Odysseus Mark II. All right, our tank delivery was delayed by 7 days, so it's got 11 days left. Still has a buffer of 8 though, so we should be okay as long as... I don't know if tank deliveries can be delayed multiple times, but let's hope not. The Ottomans and Sweden are allied. What are they gonna do? There you go. Contract completed for 2nd Battalion. Thank you for the cash, boys. We are up to $800,000. A nice little war chest there with our 2nd tank design completed. What are these guys working on again? Bolted assembly. No tanks are currently being ordered. Now we have built, as I said, we've already designed 2 tanks. One of those has sold 40 copies. We've got 2 British regiments outfitted with the Butcher Mark I. You can see here in the assembly line, that is right here. It has a reputation of 0, and it has not actually, I don't think we've seen combat despite being deployed there. We've recently designed the Butcher Mark II. It has not yet gone to trials or anything like that, so we haven't actually done anything with it yet. They basically are the same tank. We used a slightly improved sort of Caterpillar drive. We made some slight we improved the machine gun. We used better steel on the tank. So we've made improvements to it, but nothing dramatic. It is very much just sort of an iterative improvement on this sort of World War I style tank. I am tempted to ditch the Mark II though and go with a Mark III. This game has kind of the same challenges that Rule the Waves has, where as soon as a tech is developed and you design a new tank, the tank's obsolete because new tech has come along. And the reason I'm tempted to build a new tank design is because if we go here and we go to the Mark II and we copy it and create a Mark III, you can see that I actually have not upgraded this thing fully. First off, we have since researched the ability to have ammo storage, which is not in either of the, I don't think it's in either of the previous tanks, right? So if we go to the Mark I, there's no ammo storage. If we go to Mark II, there is shell storage, but there's no ammo storage, which I'm assuming has to do with maybe machine gun ammo to give you more machine. Yeah, this is ammo for a secondary weapon. So this will give you more ammo for your machine gun. Additionally, we have researched fuel stowage, which will give you additional fuel capacity for the tank. We have also researched better hulls, so we could have a new hatch, which is cheaper than the old hatch, and also provides considerably more crew safety than the old hatch. The hull door, likewise, there's a new version of the hull door that would likewise provide considerably more protection to the crew at an even cheaper cost. So these are cost-saving measures to the hull of the tank that would also improve the overall capabilities of the tank. And so I am generally tempted to do that. But one reason I'm not yet is because, sure, we could do that, but we are also in the process of researching bolted assembly, which presumably will replace the rivets that the tanks are designed with bolts. And so that would probably considerably improve the overall build quality of the tank as well. So I don't know, I don't know what makes sense to do. We've also researched a medium tank hull as well as some tracks. So the medium Whippet series tanks, we have researched that. I suppose we could just research the Whippet because we have not actually done that yet. And although I don't know, will researching the Whippet, will I have to redo it all again to get all these upgrades here? Because this is a medium tank and we haven't built any of these either. But this has some of the other upgrades already. But would it make sense to even do that? I mean, it's only 9 days, so I suppose that makes sense. Would you put a tail wheel on a Whippet? I don't know if that makes sense. Auxiliary mechanism attached to the rear of the tank. What does it do? Okay. But it's heavy. And this is a medium tank and it can't release. We probably don't want to do that, right? Research male 2 sponsons. I mean, all of these things are going to have to be redesigned once the rivets come in too, because that'll considerably improve the quality of pretty much everything we have. I guess the stock Mark 1 would be cheaper, but worse, so we wouldn't want to do that. Is there like anything else I can research right now that I want to research that would make any of my things better? So we got the... All right, so first off, let's do this. Let's shrink this. We've got the Warhorse and the Centipede style tracks. Let's get rid of the Centipede. I believe this was on the previous tank that we had. Can I not get rid of it? I would love to just drop this design altogether, just to get it out of the way. Have we researched all of this stuff for this? I think we might have. Idler 2, Idler 3. So running gear. It's heavier and worse in those gears. So I think the Mark 3 is the best. Yeah, so there's nothing really to research other than maybe if we want to go right to a new hull. But those bolts are going to be so important. But they're also 30 days away. And so I'm kind of like, we might get another order before those 30 days are up. What makes sense? Additionally, I think we also need to do some more upgrades on the production hull to get them to produce some of our new techs. So we did the milling hull. I think we've got to do the cutting hull. It's 20 grand. It takes 40 days. Jeez. But yeah, if we're going to build, I believe we need that. Maybe even for our Mark II tank to produce it. Let me go back to the engineering bureau real quick. Yes, Jack? What would you like? Where do I even go to see that stuff? There's a spot where you can see like, hey, in order to do this, you actually have to have... Oh, it's in R&D. Research. So we've got a medium hull that requires riveting. We've already got that. If we go to mobility, I think it was, the twin engine requires casting focus and milling. So we do need milling to produce that new hull. So we should do that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Braden. Unfortunately, we had to put our golden retriever down earlier in the year. What was that again? I forget. Oh my God. My brain. What was it again? Casting, milling. I think we actually might... Did we do casting? I know we did milling. Where's casting? Here it is. All right. All right, so we'll do that. It'll take 40 days, but that's an upgrade that'll have to occur at the factory. And frankly, there's no reason, I guess now that I think about it, since we can't do the new tanks with the new engines, we can't build them until we finish the milling hall. We might as well wait on those research items for the new bolts until we have the new bolts. Because again, I can't build the newer tank till this is here, and I won't have that for 40 days. The bolts will be done before then. So let's hold off on redesigning a new tank that we'll just then redesign again, and we'll keep the Butcher Mark 1 as the only tank currently available for sale in yours truly, the greatest tank factory on the planet. Thank you for the follow, Matsugraven. Appreciate it. Not the kind of tank you expected when you clicked in. Not World War I tank? Is that what you mean? We do also need to buy more material, but I can't do that for 8 more days till the current material comes in. I did check also for what it's worth, and apparently the game currently in early access, you only have the one assembly line open. You will be able to have more assembly lines in the future, but that is not in the current build, so you've got to wait for that. And I'm assuming that's also true for like all of these buildings, because all of these buildings have the ability to expand the size of their, footprint, but you can't do any of that until later. While we're doing that, do we want to upgrade our... I don't know that I want to spend a ton of money, but... Specialized hangar containing readily available stored resources for the suitable buyer. What? What does this do? Bonus to raw resource prices sold by the player. Well, I'm not doing that. Warehouse storage capacity increases for tanks. I don't need that yet. Warehouse storage capacity for increases for resources. I will need that eventually. Bonus to tank delivery reliability. That is tempting. Loading safety standards. Delivery times also would be tempting. Resource delivery reliability. I mean, all those are valuable. Not really scrapping tanks at the moment. What's naval freight do? Reduction of tank delivery times and resource delivery times. It's expensive and it takes 60 days. But let's build it. That seems incredibly useful. Braden, the early access currently runs through 1934. It is primarily just World War I tanks right now. The roadmap definitely extends the game through World War II, and I think all the way up to the modern era. But at its current state, the game does not have that. All right, so we have 350 workers in the factory. I don't see the reason to any need to expand them. More engineers could be nice. Like, that might be a nice thing to do to make some of this research stuff go faster, potentially. We only have the one administrator. I don't think I have any options to buy any other administrators at the moment. I think he's the only... Yeah, he's the only available administrator. So I really think at this moment, it's just sort of a wait and see. Maybe keep an eye on how the campaigns go, how the military campaigns go. Until, the next few days. I guess I can't watch on the global screen. I have sold 40 tanks so far, Tail. We have sold 2 orders of 20. There are 2 regiments in the British military that are currently using our tanks. We have not lost any contract orders yet. Is there a way to see that, by the way? Is there a way to see the actual order of battle? I go to the global map maybe and see that. So they've got a tank corps. You can see these are their army regiments, and then well, they have, oh, there's the army corps, tank corps. So we've got the Vanguard tank type, which is basically, you know, our boxy tank thing. Oh, I forgot. We over-delivered on the last order. We delivered 25. So 1st Battalion, 20 Butcher Mark 1 tanks. 2nd Battalion, 25 Butcher Mark 1 tanks. So 45 tanks delivered. I don't know if anybody else has done anything with tanks yet. I don't think so. There are no tanks in Germany. There are no tanks in France. I'm assuming that's everybody. Is Russia really not in this game? That is interesting. Russia is not in the game. They've got the Ottoman Empire, but they don't have Russia. Okay. Which is funny because the main screen of the game has a T-72, but I'm guessing that's just or T-34. Sorry. All right, so enough of me chit-chatting. Let's get going. So we're gonna get time moving. We gotta wait a bit. Like I said, we got a little bit of cash in the bank at the moment that allows us to wait things out. The Battle of Near between the German Empire and Spain has begun. Okay, well, that's true. Apparently there's no battles ongoing yet. Or is this one? Yeah, British Empire and Belgium. So that started back in January, but I haven't seen any reports from the front yet on that one. Resources should come in 4 days. I need to buy. Battle of Tripoli between the Ottoman Empire and Greece has begun. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I care about any of these battles where there are no tanks yet. Yikes. Our budget is negative $150,000 a month, or $114,000 a month. That's a lot. That didn't give me a lot of runways. Someone better buy more tanks soon, or I'm gonna have to start laying off workers. Because I need to buy more resources now. We do not have enough resources for another order of 20. You can see if we go up here and do 20 tanks, we are short on both medium carbon steel and iron. We need 15,000 iron for that order. We have 20,000 iron. Why? What am I looking at here? Available resources, iron. Oh, there's not enough available externally. Okay, that's fine. So how much do we have enough for 25? 29. Okay, so we do not have enough for 25. We also would not have enough. We would have enough high carbon. We would have enough medium carbon. Let's buy about 5,000 more. Buy about 5,000 more regular iron. Cheapest price, I think, is Oceania or Africa. Delivery speed. Faster from Oceania with higher reliability. I think. Delivery speed's 19. Delivery speed's 29, but there's less likelihood of. All right, let's just. I don't need it now urgently, so let's just order it from Africa. Government subsidies when. You can take loans, Mayor Beast. So that is an option too. But we'll order 5,000 more. Okay. So I guess we'll just continue. Hopefully the British are so impressed with my tanks in the Congo that they order more. Meanwhile, we're waiting for that bolted assembly to complete, and then we will kind of overhaul a lot of our designs. Oh, they added 14 days to the order of iron from Africa. I don't know where the iron's being mined, but the British Empire has embraced a groundbreaking stride in military doctrine by incorporating novel tank type exploration tank. Or exploitation tank, sorry. I haven't ordered any of them yet, so... According to a trustworthy source, the Daimler Motoren Geschäft has just completed a new design of an assault tank. Silly Germans. All these companies are designing new tank types or tanks, and yet no orders are coming in. The factory is now $600,000 condos. Germany and Sweden have... I don't also know what factor alliances play, other than obviously I'm assuming they influence who sides with who in larger wars. All right, so the bolted assembly is complete on the Research Bureau, so that's good. Let's go ahead and do what? Can we do another engine? Can we do an inline engine, a better engine? I feel like that's always a valuable thing, is better engines. Alternatively, we could do the improved round for artillery or tracer munitions. I don't really know what... Do tracer munitions cause more damage? I guess. I guess we'll do the improved common round. So we'll research that with 20 engineers. We're going to go to the actual engineering here, because I don't have to design the actual... So I can redesign the hull here and take advantage of all these new attributes without actually redesigning the gun info. So getting new... Yeah, okay, so that works. So I guess let's research a new heavy tank. So we will go with the RHA steel. We will go with the bolted assembly. That'll be cheaper and better in every stat. Ammo storage, and we'll go with the better hatches because they're lighter actually too, so that'll save us some weight. I know last time around weight was a little bit of a concern with the design, especially if we're going to be adding, although I don't know that I'm going to save enough weight to justify the fuel. Maybe we should have gone with the better engine. In any event, let's go ahead and design that better hull, I think. Unless, did I do this with the better steel? I did. How much weight does the rivet save us? Well, it saves us steel. I don't see anything about weight, though. Unless I'm looking in the wrong spot. Yeah. Improves volume limit for whatever reason. So this will take 5 days. That'll be fast. All right. So we'll do that first. It'd be cool if you could queue your research. I think that would be helpful. Yes, there are other companies that you compete with when orders are placed. British Empire announces a new contract for 20 tanks. The Vanguard tanks. Okay, so if we go to our contract center, I need more money. So this is the same as the previous tank, right? The Vanguard, I believe it is. The Hector Mark 1 is the same tank as what we had been competing with previously. I'd be curious if... So yeah, this Butcher Mark II would just win us the order instantly. If we had any in stock. What about... When are we going to be ready to... Maybe we do that. Production hall should be able to build it in 7 days. Contract order is due... in 31 days. Tank's desire by date is June 7th. So we've got all of April, all of May. How many can I produce? And how quickly? It takes me 30 days to build 20 of these. How long does it take me to build 20 of these? 35 days. So they're slightly more complex. We haven't ironed out all the kinks. How long does it take if I send them to the proving grounds? I haven't done that yet. Cost me $20,000 to do that? 17 days? Oh, thank you. Give me that money back. All right, that's going to take too long for the proving grounds. So we are just going to go to the contract with the same tank that we already have. We're going to go and just start producing the Butcher Mark I. It'll be 3 battalions of Butcher Mark Is. June 7th, so 30. Remember, I need to leave. So I don't think I'd want to push production over 45 days because I need to leave time for transit. So let's go with Butcher Mark I. We can probably do more than 20. We can probably do 25. We do not have the resources for that. I don't have the iron. When does the new iron come in? In 6 days. How much? I could probably produce the first batch at 20 and then do the other ones. It would produce, say, 23. Let's see here. One tank takes 2 days, 4 days, 5 days, 7 days, 9 days, 10 days. So there's an economy of scale you get between certain tank types, or at least the rounding evens it out. But if I wanted to add 2 tanks, it would be 20. It would be 4 days on top of the 23. So let's do that. Let's offer 25 tanks again. We'll start production now. And then while those are being produced, I'll get enough iron to finish the order. Go to the contracts. Pretty confident we can win this order. That's why I'm banking the future of my company on it. Now we are behind again, just like we were last time. However, we can just go ahead and cut the price like last time and be like, hey, guess what? You know that other tank might be slightly better, right? But you like ours. What was it? 27,000 is what we charged previously. Yeah, it's 27,750. That gives us pretty much an assured victory over the Hector Mark I. And we're going to offer 25 of them. By the 7th of June, I see no reason to speed the order up. We can always deliver the tanks early if we need to. Let's see here. I don't really know. So, like, is this the desired mass? And then this is our tank mass. So their desired max mass is 35K. Ours is 30,000. So ours meets the requirements by 4,000. Their desired mobility is 63. Ours is 65. So we are slightly less mobile. I don't know why it says green of 2, though. That doesn't make sense. Protection is, oh, maybe the score is a positive, so we're 2 over. So that's weird. So mass we're under, which is good. Mobility we're over, which is good. Protection we're over, which is good. Hull we're over, which is good. Turret we're over, which is good. So one thing I will say, someone commented on the YouTube video, like, you know, it usually goes to the lowest common bidder, but they wouldn't just pick a tank that doesn't meet their needs. And so I guess in this scenario, the situation is our tank exceeds all of the requirements that they have built. It might not be as good as the Hector Mark 1. We don't really know. The Hector Mark 1's base success score is better, which I'm assuming probably has more to do than just price, but we still meet all the requirements. We're still green on all the requirements. We just get the extra perk of charging them less, which maybe the Hector Mark 1 was ahead of us anyway because it had a lower base rate. I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and apply for this contract. How much is 25 going to cost me to make? Does it tell me anywhere? Whatever. I think it cost me like 20 to make last I checked. So we'll do that. Go ahead and apply for that. Yeah, but cheaper isn't better. Like from a military point of view, Braden, they're not going to be like, oh, we'll always take the cheapest price if it doesn't actually meet the needs. All things being equal, they'll go with the cheaper option. But if they can't meet the requirements, obviously they wouldn't. Oh, we'll be comfortable. So that was 6 something that we're getting back, and 23 of these cost 340. So yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be swimming. We'll be fine. So I don't even know if theirs are better, really, to be honest. Okay. All right, so the tanks are being produced. 37 days left. Mail Sponson 3 has been re-engineered with the new rivets. So let's keep our engineers working. We did the new rivets. I don't think there's rivets or anything else on any of these. What's the other thing we're researching right now? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, it's artillery type. Okay, so that being the case, let's go ahead and remake this Mark II hull to be better. So we'll go with the better bolts, adding ammo storage, adding fuel stowage, better hatches, and that should be good for that. Okay. So the Mark III hull is just gonna, we're never even gonna build the Mark II hull. We're just gonna go from Mark I to Mark III, which that happens in military designs and stuff, so. We better win that contract. Okay. We did submit for that contract, right? Yeah. We're already building the tanks for your contract. Accepted. Yay, we won the contract. We can't expand the order until we complete the previous one, so meanwhile casting hall's complete. So now we can build the more advanced type of is it the more advanced hull, I think it is? Or engine or whatever. So either way, we can build the more advanced tank now. Devious new weapon spotted. Reports point to a new weapon, deadly weapon unleashed upon courageous soldiers. Might have been sent to the rear line hospital. Okay, so gas has been developed. All right, so 2 days and then we'll get the new hull. A new tank has been designed. The Hector Mark II. So that is something to consider. They have developed a new version of the Hector tank. The Hector Mark I has been our primary competition. It probably won't just be enough to lower prices. We'll probably need to actually replace the Mark I Butcher with something new. Good thing we've got new tank tech in the works for that. 7 days till the shell design is done. I don't think there's anything else I need to research right now. I guess we could go with a Whip It series tank. Whip it. Whip it good. Just so we have a medium tank on the drawing board if something comes up and someone wants it. So we'll design a Whip It hull. I wish there was a way to can some of these hull designs. Like if I'm not producing it, maybe if I scrap a design, I can do that. Are we going to get any intel about what's going on in this war with Belgium? Like, has anything happened here? Has nobody fighting? They've been there since January. Do something. Poke with the stick. No indication of what's going on with that war, Braden. No idea who's winning. But the Ottomans and the Greeks keep fighting new battles, so maybe one of them will want to buy some tanks. The Battle of Watsa between the British Empire and Belgium has begun. Okay, but isn't that just another location where we're not going to fight? So we got Watsa and we've got Ekti. No idea how either. Apparently our tanks are being deployed from the same battalion to each. And we should be winning this war handily. Maybe it's a bug, Woody. Yeah, I don't know. Trade agreements mean nothing to me. Oh, also, I need to buy more materials. So let's assume we want 25 of the Mark 1 butchers, in which case I need a lot more iron. Does anybody have enough? So the price is more, but they've got more iron in Europe. What about America? Really? They don't? They don't have enough, huh? So I guess, can I not modify the amounts here? Oh, North America has enough. North America is nice because it's sort of a compromise in price. It's not the cheapest option, but they've got plenty of scale for all of this stuff. The silly thing here is I don't want to just, I wish I could modify the order. I can modify the order amount, but I wish I could modify the order amount after I've like already selected stuff. Like now that I've told you I want 11 tanks, let me tweak that based on what I have in my inventory now, right? We're going to go with the max order from these. Carbon steel, I think I've got plenty. But we'll still do 5040. Rubber 4940. Glass is really not a concern. And then we haven't had to use rare earths for anything yet, so this will be an $84,000 order. It'll get us back in the game if another order comes in. It'll be completed before our tanks are even done, I think. 17 days. Yeah, assuming no delays, which we had delays last time, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get more. Improved common rounds. Done. Nice. Right, the improved common rounds are done for research, and now I'm kind of tempted to do the better engine. I would think a better engine would be important, especially if we're adding all this new heavy stuff to some of our tanks. Alternatively, firepower could be useful. 3-pound quick firing. It's a smaller, lighter version of the 6-pound design for the following year. Okay. So it's actually a better gun. It Does require cutting focus and rifling focus. We do not have the rifling focus yet. This requires casting and milling, which we already have. So let's do the better engine. That'll also take a good long while to unlock. I will say the tech tree seems pretty limited. As I understand it, that is just the current state of things. Contract is 49 days left, so we should be tracking toward a good outcome there. So I think, well, 2 days in that current design will be done, and then we'll go and redesign the tank. All right, so design bureau, process line. All right, so let's copy the Butcher Mark II, replace it with something better. So we'll do with the Mark III. This will increase the mass of the tank. Still got the same engines, same tracks. Male sponson 3 will drop the weight, actually, so that's nice considerably. So we'll be down to 3003. So I think that'll be lower than. So this one's at 3717. And the Mark III will get us to 30. So it's lighter at this point, just based on the riveting. We'll keep those guns there. Oh, it's not going to be lighter once we add the guns. Okay. Okay. But it's not too much heavier. Okay. We're going to need more crew, right? So let's get rid of this crew here. We will obviously need a commander. I don't know why the commander, you need 5. Like, I guess it's because of the turret setup. Theoretically, you might want 2 commanders. But I've done 4 out of 5 in every one of my tanks so far. And I haven't been penalized, so. We'll do 1 gunner and 1 loader for each. I guess we don't need a second loader. The third gunner can just be sort of the machine gunner and he can take care of himself. We'll need 2 mechanics. So this design, almost done now, actually. So we will load with the AP Mark I and the HE Mark II. That's the new HE round. Much better. You can see the traits here. We could put a Mark I in there just because, like, extra ammo, I guess. Standard ammo, no tracer rounds, and then petrol 047. Okay. So, tank is still 3,000 below the mass limit. It is 10 below the volume limit. Our volume is much better, so probably less cramped. 9 out of 10 crews, so it is in the red on crew, but it's not over the limit. And I think that'll be the design. Go with the deep blue, deep green if we want here. By the way, Val, thank you for the follow. But you can see here, here's the tank. Save a little bit of money. Don't go grow. Ooh, I like that. I like that camo pattern. This is more fitting for the Congo, but I don't know that that's where we're going to end up going to fight. So this will be the Butcher Mark III. We'll never produce the Mark II. Sign. We're going to scrap the Mark II. Mark I is in production, so we can't do anything with that at the moment. So the Mark II is just a stepping stone in the design. Engineering Bureau. Is there anything we want to engineer? I guess now that we got that medium tank hull, let's scrap the Mark II hull too. So we got the medium whippet tank. So how do you have to put sponsons on the whippet tank hull? I don't. Well, actually, I don't think we have any engineers available. Everybody's busy. And there's nothing I want to research now anyway, so. Because you'd have to do that with a design. That is the new Jerry Squasher 9000 Crimson. I'm enjoying the game so far. It's definitely still early. It needs some work, but I'm enjoying it. What's in the museum? Anything? Well, that's the trial range. What do I do at the museum? Nothing yet? Anything else we need to do? Rifling hull probably for the better gun. Why can I not research it? Oh, you can't research you can't build new stuff at the building when you're building a tank? Huh. I didn't notice that before. Alright, do we have any info on how the battle's going? No info on any of these battles. They're just sitting here. No tanks lost, no nothing. Is that war gonna ever end? Because the other wars are having progress, aren't they? Yeah, these wars are having progress. You can see these battles. You can see the outcome of the battles. But there's no outcome to our battle in our war. Either of our battles. Strange. I don't know if it's a bug or if that's just their long battles. Anyway, 14 days until we complete the first batch of tanks. Then we got to build 2 more. Naval freight complete. So the docks are done. That's nice, actually. That should speed up our transit with exporting our tanks. Actually, maybe we want to build something else too. And we've been going for almost an hour, and this seems like as good a point as any to go ahead and wrap today's episode up. So we will pick this up next time, see if the war makes any progress or if it's well and truly glitched, and see if maybe we can start designing other types of tanks. Maybe we'll design a light or medium tank. That'll be for next time, though. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.